Yo, what is up guys? It's me, Exactly. I can't do it anymore. I am sorry, but I just cannot do this anymore. I know this is a daily NBA news channel. I'm supposed to cover everything that goes on in the NBA on a daily basis, but I just can't. I can't. Now, look, this doesn't mean that I won't post a video every single day, because I will. I don't feel like I accomplish anything throughout the day if I don't make a video. I can't live with myself without making a video every day. It's an obsession. I just can't talk about these Kyrie Irving trade situations anymore. Just look at all the articles that came out yesterday. The obvious Kyrie Irving trade that everyone is missing. Kyrie Irving very badly wants to become a Knick. Kyrie Irving reportedly ignoring phone calls from the Cavs. Report: LeBron not inquiring about player and potential Kyrie trade. Cavaliers looking for a salary dump and possible Kyrie Irving trade. Report: as Kyrie Irving rumors swirl, Timberwolves still negotiating extension with Andrew Wiggins. Heat willing to deal Goran Dragic, Justin Winslow to acquire Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving has tampered down partying, boosting trade stock. Kevin Durant weighs in on Kyrie Irving saga from India. 3-team trade scenario could involve Irving, Wiggins, Love, and Carmelo. Cavaliers have gotten as many as 20 trade offers for Kyrie Irving. Those are just the ones that I have seen so far. After only like 10 minutes of searching for articles, all I saw was Kyrie Irving, Kyrie Irving, Kyrie Irving, Kyrie Irving, something about freaking OJ Mayo in Africa. Kyrie Irving, Kyrie Irving, Kyrie Irving. And I just can't talk about Kyrie Irving anymore. I can guarantee you right now there are at least 20 more articles being published about freaking Kyrie Irving. I don't want to have to make a story about how Kyrie Irving tied his shoe differently today. That means he's headed to Miami. Knicks and Irving both contain 6 letters. That means Kyrie to New York confirmed. I refuse to do that. I gave my whole thoughts on all this Kyrie Irving stuff already, and I'm going to leave it at that. There is no point to me continuously saying that he wants to play here but could end up here. If something huge, groundbreaking, earth-shattering comes out about a potential Kyrie Irving trade, or the trade actually comes down, then you guys know that I got you. Until then, I don't want to have to say or hear the name Kyrie Irving for a pretty decent amount of time. So instead today, what I'm going to be doing is talking about something a bit more refreshing. I saw a comment a few days ago in a video, I think it was on my Giannis Antetokounmpo video, that was asking me to talk about a certain player that I really like, Nikola Jokic. I got extremely excited when I saw that comment because that wasn't a name that I haven't heard in forever. That made me want to make a video on Jokic, except he's a player that doesn't really pop up in the news, so I never knew when I was going to have the opportunity to talk about Nikola Jokic. After all this, you know who stuff came out today, I decided screw it. I want a refreshing video. This is going to be a refreshing video, and what better way to make a refreshing video than talking about a refreshing player. This is a name that most casual NBA fans probably don't know too much about. Maybe they know about him, heard the name once or twice, but really don't know how good he actually is. If you are one of those people, I will tell you how good he actually is with just one statement alone. The fact that the Denver Nuggets have him on their team automatically makes them one of the best young teams in the NBA. Doesn't matter who else is on that roster, they have Nikola Jokic. People talk all the time about who would you rather have on your team, Anthony Davis or Karl Anthony Towns, or Kristaps Porzingis. Those guys are seen as the main renaissance bigs, whatever you want to call it, of the NBA today. And all those guys are phenomenal players without a doubt, but to be perfectly honest, I don't think I could take any one of those guys without giving serious thought to that man Nikola Jokic. Out of all of those guys, Jokic might be the most skilled player and the most well-rounded player. Now, if you just compared all stats alone from last year, you might think that I'm crazy. SDC, he averaged the least amount of points out of all those guys, and he only got more rebounds than Porzingis. He's good, but there's no way you should even consider taking him over any one of those guys. He's not on their level. Well, that's why it's never a good thing to go all stats alone, or at least take them at face value and determine which player is better than another solely based off stats alone. But let's talk about stats for a second here. Jokic's stats, for the most part, were hindered by a few things. First is that towards the beginning of the season, he was either playing out of position when the Nuggets would start him at power forward and play Jusuf Nurkic at the center spot. You know, during the 8 games at the beginning of the season that they did that, he was struggling big time, only averaging 10 points and 6 rebounds and 23 minutes per game. That wasn't working out, so they decided to bring him off the bench for the next 14 games behind Jusuf Nurkic, and his stats went up, averaging 11 points and 8 rebounds in that role in 24 minutes per game. However, the Nuggets still weren't getting what they wanted out of their team at that point, so they made the move and switched Nikola Jokic over to the starting center spot. That happened in December, and just check out the numbers he posted up in that month of December. These numbers skyrocketed: 17 points, 8 rebounds, and just under 5 assists per game, and only 1 more minute per game than when he was coming off the bench. At 25 minutes per game, he was posting those kind of numbers. However, moving him over to the starting center spot was just the first step in unlocking his full potential. The next thing the Nuggets did was take the ball out of Emmanuel Mudiay's hands, because that man is straight garbo. Take the ball from him and give it to Jokic and let him run the offense. They gave him the keys. They did that in the month of January, and they never even once thought about looking back after that. In the month of January 2017, Nikola Jokic put up a staggering 24 points per game on 60% shooting from the field, 11 rebounds, and 5 assists per game in only 30 minutes. That level of production from a 22-year-old in only his second year in the NBA is almost unheard of. It's insane. It was at that point where the Denver Nuggets truly realized what they had in Nikola Jokic and realized that they had struck gold by selecting him with the 41st overall pick of the draft. He was putting up numbers like he was the best big man in the NBA, better than Anthony Davis, better than DeMarcus Cousins, better than whoever you would consider the best big man in the NBA, and there's proof. 29 points, 16 rebounds, 8 assists, 5 blocks, 12 points, 19 rebounds, 9 assists, 5 steals, 30 points, 16 rebounds, 5 assists, 26 points, 13 rebounds, 10 assists, 19 points, 16 rebounds, 10 assists, 17 points, 21 rebounds, 12 assists versus Golden State, 40 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, and I could go on and on and on. He was straight up killing it, and he would have looked even better had he not suffered an injury that caused them to miss like 9 games throughout the regular season. The Nuggets probably would have made the playoffs too had he not gotten injured. On top of that, his PER, player efficiency rating, if you go by those things, I try to stay away from it because I don't think it's that useful. JaVale McGee was the 13th most efficient player in the NBA according to this, and as Cantor over Rudy Gobert. Stuff like that doesn't add up, but still, except for a few outliers, this is an alright way of seeing how efficient a player is. And like I was saying, according to this, Nikola Jokic was the 8th most efficient player in the NBA last year, second amongst all big men in the league, only behind Anthony Davis himself. Call me crazy, but that's pretty good. If I had to choose one player to start a franchise with between Karl Anthony Towns, Anthony Davis, Kristaps Porzingis, and Nikola Jokic, I think just because I am a big concern about how healthy Anthony Davis can stay, is no doubt still the better player. What good is being the better player if you're never playing? I think I might have to go with Nikola Jokic. Like I said, he is the most skilled big man out of all of those guys. He has the most well-rounded game out of all of those guys. He can shoot, he can not just pass, but actually run an offense and do a really good job of it too. That's something that none of those other guys can say right now. Rebound and defend. What more could you possibly want? And going into his 3rd season in the NBA, I think next year is the year where more people start to actually realize how good he really is, and there will never ever be another conversation about best big man in the NBA with him being left out of it. And that's going to lead us to the question of the day. If you had to choose between Jokic, Towns, Davis, and Porzingis, who would you take and why? Let me know down in the comment section below, but now let's take a look at what you guys said in yesterday's video. And yesterday, after Adam Silver talked about expanding the league, bringing out more teams, including bringing back the Seattle Supersonics, I asked you guys if you think the league should grow or kind of downsize, cut away some teams, and here's what you said. I think the NBA should expand. It will make everything a lot more interesting. If the Nets get taken out of the league, all 6 of their fans will be heartbroken. Why you gotta do them like that? Expand to Pittsburgh because they are a popular city and are most known for their sport franchises. They would have a popular and loyal fan base. Pittsburgh would be really cool. I'm sure that's one of the places NBA is looking to expand to. And if the NBA ever gets to the point where it feels stale, I think that's when they will look to expand to bring some more excitement back to the league. Like always though, don't forget to leave your answer for today's question of the day down in the comment section below, and leave a like on this video if you want to see me do more like this, where I just talk about a player that you want me to talk about or that I want to talk about or something like that. But other than that, subscribe for more daily NBA videos, and until tomorrow, keep getting the buckets, Team STC, and I'm out of here. Peace!